What is up, Culture Junkie Nation? It's your boy Ken Shura. We're back with another great episode of Culture Junkies Live, episode 223 on the dial. Today we're going to be talking about, we would be normally talking about summer blockbusters, but because of COVID-19, we've been robbed of that. So we're going to talk about the summer things that we've been watching over the break. We're talking like new shows that we just picked up. We're talking shows that we put off that we finally started watching, or maybe old shows that we've gone back and binged since this whole thing started. To the right of me is the great Dr. Kuji. In front of me is Mr. GQ. In remote, we've got Gypsy X from Good Guys Gaming, and we got Fallen Marvel. What's up, guys?
What's going on?
What's going on, fellas?
Hey.
That's so understated. I love the way he does that. It's so understated.
Everybody.
Everybody have a great weekend?
I think so far. It was all right.
GQ over there in a purple golf shirt, by the way. I love those shirts, those Beverly Hills Polo shirts. Those are very, very comfortable. But he's also got his purple drink.
Yeah.
Purple drink.
That purple stuff.
Got to coordinate.
He's missing that. He's missing
but
that.
He doesn't have purple. He doesn't have purple shades on. He does not have purple.
Only
shades.
person that could wear purple shades is dead.
Prince, absolutely.
Yeah.
Rest in peace of the great one.
Respect.
Absolutely. Rest in peace of the great one. All right, y'all. We got a lot of stuff to get to. So without belaboring the point, let's run the gamut.
Run the gamut.
It is like a finger pointing away to the moon.
Speaking of dead people, GQ.
Well, I mean, if any other one could have come up, that was the perfect one because John Saxon, who also starred in Enter the Dragon, passed away this past week along with Regis Philbin. Two guys that I like John Saxon more than I like Regis. I'll just be honest.
That's blasphemy. Don't
No,
talk
it's
like
not.
that. Yes, it is.
Regis didn't mean anything to me. He was a host of a daytime show that I never watched. John Saxon was in 2 movies that I like. Actually, 4 movies that I like. He was in Nightmare on Elm Street 1 through 3, and he was also in Enter the Dragon. So, he trumps, pardon the word,
Right.
Regis Philbin all day, every day.
Unfortunate choice of words there. Unfortunate choice of words. Yeah, no. John Saxon, who we know obviously starred in Enter the Dragon, he was also in Nightmare on Elm Street, but he was also a TV star. He starred in westerns too.
He did other stuff, but
he
the
did a lot
other
of
stuff
stuff.
didn't matter to me.
No, that's
It was-
true.
it
No,
was all
you're
about
right. No, you're right.
Enter the Dragon.
But see, here's the thing,
Nightmare
right?
on Elm Street.
So, it's Bruce Lee's movie, and you got John Saxon, and you got Jim Kelly in his first big live action movie. I never for once thought Roper could fight. Period. I never thought Roper could
But
fight.
that was kind of the point. Like Roper, you saw what he did. Like he kicked my man as soon as he took his eyes off of him during the bout. He kicked him dead in the face. It was like, all right,
two-shot artist,
right.
man.
So it's like,
I mean, he made his money being a hustler, so it's like everybody assumed
Exactly.
he can throw hands. So he used that to his advantage.
But he just didn't look believable, though. I'm
Hey,
just
whatever.
saying.
This man made it all the way to Hans Island on $14 in his bank account.
True.
So, matter of fact, no, he gave that $14 to his caddy.
He sure did.
So he made it out there with all them suitcases looking like Johnny Cage before Johnny Cage. Well, so all I got to say is the man has skills, of some sort. We just don't know what they are.
Yeah.
Right.
So the other thing that kind of happened today,
I'm gonna turn it over to Dido for this one.
Well, everybody, I don't know if you heard or not, but the big rumor is, the rumor is that this guy is going to get replaced. But what had happened is what really happened, apparently. But most people don't know if it's been hacked or not. Ray Park apparently put a revenge porn of him and his wife because he thinks his wife cheated on him with his best friend.
Oh, is that what this is?
That's what it's about. According to this website I've never heard of, it's called Meow.
Okay. All right.
MEAWW. Meow.
Hey, are they paying us?
Right. Why are you giving them all that love?
Right.
I'm not trying to give him love, but I'm reporting of where it came from. That's not love. That's sourcing things.
Okay.
You guys
All
know
right,
it.
all right,
You got
okay,
smacked
okay.
into your brains in high school. You better source where you get the stuff.
I used to
Yeah,
rebel
you're right.
against that. 'Cause
Yeah.
I always said that was dumb.
Well, in the internet now, it's real easy to source things. You even got websites. You just put in a website, it'll source it. Various ways on how they tell you to do that. But regardless, going back to the point, apparently he put some revenge porn to him and his wife. His wife giving him the scientific term fellatio on Instagram. Not Instagram.
So
Instagram, yeah.
So giving him L Snow.
Yeah, on whatchamacallit. And some people was thinking it was hacked. But apparently, from what I was hearing, his kids also got on there and saying, this guy's not what you think he is. He's threatened to kill me. he's abusive. He's abusive to her. Blah 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 blah. Keep continuing liking Star Wars, but my dad's a piece of shit. Basically, I'm paraphrasing all that because I don't know exactly what they said. But it's kind of iffy that Ray Park may come back as Darth Maul, and they were planning on doing a Darth Maul. I don't know if he was going to be in a TV show about him, which would be kind of cool because we do know he had a lot of dealings in the underworld, and I think that'd be kind of cool to see that stuff.
I think the thing is that the rumor is that Solo is going to get continued as a Disney Plus series.
And I'm fine with that.
Which I'm fine with. So that means that, well, they're already saying that Donald Glover is going to come back as Lando, and they think that Lando was going to get a series.
Yeah.
Which actually would be pretty cool, but, not to belabor the point, that's something else to talk about. But obviously, Darth Maul would be part of that. But losing Ray Park, while losing him for his stunt choreography and stuff like that, because he originated the role, that's not a huge loss if he's not back, because Sam Witwer is so awesome. As an actor and as Darth Maul.
Sam
anyway.
Witwer can't wield a dual-bladed lightsaber.
No. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to.
Get a stunt
you got
man
stunt
for that.
people for that.
Ray Park is a stunt man.
No, I get that.
100%.
No, I get that. No, I understand.
They got other stuntmen out there, bro. There's other people
just
that
saying-
can
I'm
throw
just
some
saying that
makeup
he can
on.
be
Here's
easily
why.
replaced. I'm
Here's
saying.
why I wouldn't replace him.
Why?
Because for one, if this is true or not, first of all, we have to figure out if it's actually true. If it's truly true, yes, that kind of sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, he's a Sith Lord, and damn it, Darth Maul should not be played by
Here we
anybody
go.
else
All
but Ray
right.
Park.
All right.
He is Darth Maul.
Okay.
I don't give a damn what he did.
He's getting replaced. They're going
Yeah, I think
to
he's
freaking
gonna
kick
get
his
replaced.
Yeah,
people,
replace the wife then.
people have done way worse under the Disney umbrella. Excuse me, way less. Way less and got booted. He said
Yes, replace the wife.
Wife.
She ain't acting.
Wow.
First of all, I would not. Me personally, I wouldn't have let it get that far anyway.
Right,
Like,
no.
If you do anything that makes me have to put revenge porn out on you, you're already canceled anyway.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be letting your business
my
get out there like
Right.
that, my honest opinion. But
Like,
You
really,
know.
this wasn't a smart move on his part. Like, how did he not think this was going to backfire? I mean, really.
And I did actually investigate the kid. If the kid got that much hatred, the kid might have put it out there.
that's what they're saying.
You got
They
a point
wonder if it
there.
was been hacked. That's the rumors. Was it hacked or did he do this on purpose?
Either,
No.
well, you know what? Put the kid back in the oven. He's not done yet.
Wow.
Free Ray Park. F all y'all.
All right, so this one is
Wow.
actually, I got something. So this is actually kind of right up Gypsy's and Fallen Marvel's avenue because, well, Fallen Marvel actually streamed the whole thing live. This Xbox game showcase fiasco that happened this past week, dude.
What?
Go ahead, fellas, talk about it.
I mean, look.
There's another one. Why would they split it into two parts and at least not say that so they could save some stuff for that one and just get people pre-hyped with something like they kind of did with the last one? Then they could give us actual gameplay. They messed up a lot of stuff for me at that point.
Halo
I-
Infinite.
I feel like the reason why they did this whole thing was because they really wanted to push Game Pass out. Because it's like, hey, all this stuff you just seen, it'll be on Game Pass as soon as it comes out. And it's just like, okay, that's cool, but we at least would have liked to have seen what the games looked like. I mean,
Well,
it's
okay.
like, look,
Now,
I don't know.
what I saw was they gave us a bunch of things that said, this is the stuff you need to pay attention to. It exists. Here's a quick bite. If you want more of a bite, go into it. Which once
Right.
again, it's selective. That's their audience that they just said that to. How in the heck am I going to go and check this out?
Right.
Because I'm nowhere in this ecosystem. If they closed that box off, and then once they showed their big hitter, they showed Halo
What
first
an
right
embarrassment.
away.
That was an embarrassment. That was an embarrassment.
It's okay. Look,
Man,
they wanted to go back to where Halo was Halo or whatever, which is perfectly fine. Do your thing. But you have this system that is the most powerful thing we've seen. Both
That's
of
what
them.
you showed.
They all have the same structure
Right.
here, right? Why can you not have the functions of a normal first person shooter, but be the company that invents more? You have brains, money, resources, and this is what you give us at this point?
Gypsy, here's the problem. Here's what they did is they took the first part of your sentence and they focused on that. They said they wanted to go back to the way Halo was.
Yeah,
And
'cause
apparently they was like Halo on 360 was the pinnacle. Was the pinnacle. So we gonna recreate that and put that on our Xbox Series X because
Okay, now I wouldn't have been upset if they would have, and because this was their chance to give us the God of War of Halo. They could have done whatever they wanted and then gave us a dope ass multiplayer, and I would have been like, good job. It could have been one of those over the shoulder, third person, first person in some parts. Just give me a story, let me power through it, let me be Master Chief, and then let me get into a mode that's pretty much not like a Destiny style, but let me create a chief and just go shoot shit, and I'm fine.
Hey,
And they missed all of it.
That was literally the feeling I had when they first showed that pre-rendered trailer. It was like B Master. It's like, can you create your own chief and dive into the game?
Yeah, I don't think they're doing
like I don't know. That was they probably not, but the way they set that up, that was a little misleading. Because like when they showed like all the parts of the armor being made and all that, and it was like become or whatever, and I was like, wait a minute. It's like it would have been a cool idea, but so far it looks like that's not.
See, one of the things, and I agree with they dropped the ball with Halo because Halo should look immaculate. It should look as good as Hellblade 2 because that Hellblade 2 game looks friggin' amazing. But the problem is that Halo's known already. So anything that was shown that we don't know what it is, people are not going to pay attention to it because there was one game that I saw that was a game where they're literally rendering two worlds at the same time, and you have to switch between the two, whatever. And I was like, that looks kind of cool, but it's not known by anybody, so nobody's going to pay attention to it. And that's something that's kind of, from what they're saying, pushing the power. It's like what?
I mean, folks have kind of like already compared it to Silent Hill so far. So
I mean, maybe it is. I really don't know because I agree they dropped the ball with Halo. Halo should have literally when they showed a picture, not a picture, but the fucking whatever the heck that thing was talking, and then they showed Hellblade in the video that I watched, and I'm just like,
they should have led with that.
It's like all
they should have led with that.
But everybody is really trying to give him a pass because like the stuff was in engine that they showed. It's like, okay,
Man,
that doesn't.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
In engine was super impressive back in the Metal Gear Solid days.
Right.
That was impressive in engine. Everybody can do it now. I don't want to hear.
I don't want to hear that.
In engine is something to be,
and for it to look that bad.
Right. And the other thing is, it's like Halo and Halo 2 were the original Xbox's bread and butter. Gears of War took over when the 360 came around.
I think so, but they're kind of beating that into the ground.
No,
now.
they are, but that's the problem. This Halo needed to be what Gears of War 1 was as a just boom, like, look, we are changing the game. The new Halo needed to be a game changer at this point.
Agreed.
It can't be more Halo. Right. It needs to be
they needed
Gears
to
of Halo or something.
Yeah,
when I saw Gears of War, that commercial, I was just like, are you kidding me? Wow, I'm buying this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it needs to be an evolution, but it wasn't.
They need to get back to that. But let's wrap
This
it up.
would have been their chance to hit the world just as hard as Half-Life hit when they changed whatever they could have when they did set their games in motion, and they just didn't.
They dropped the ball. Let's just call it what it is. They dropped the ball.
So really quick, I did have something really quick I'm going to mention.
Okay, bet. What you got?
This weekend, apparently the developers and publishers from various fighting game titles are supposed to be doing a roundtable discussion on YouTube this weekend. Basically, producers from Capcom, Bandai Namco, Arc System Works, SNK, Arica, and Koei Tecmo are supposed to do a live roundtable discussion this weekend. I don't know if
it's a fighting game like Symposium, isn't it? Right? Something like that.
Something like that. So that's going to be pretty interesting.
You know what makes me mad about that? Fucking Sega ain't there with Virtua Fighter, man. I'm mad.
Well, it's because Virtua Fighter ain't nothing no more.
Yeah, it's not making them any. You know the reason why Virtua Fighter's not doing anything? Because Yu Suzuki doesn't work for Sega anymore.
Exactly.
And Yu Suzuki was that deal with Sega. Now they didn't move it on. Like I don't know who started Tekken. I'm pretty sure that guy's probably not working for Namco anymore because that's been over 20 years, whatever. But they still kept it going. I don't know why.
It's a flagship.
Yeah.
At this point, it's a flagship.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know why Sega hasn't done that.
Because I think it had a lot to do with like AM2, like kind of because didn't AM2 like split off from Sega at some point?
They probably did.
I don't know if
whatever.
they officially did, if they still work for them or not.
Because
but-
you notice how they really haven't been really utilizing anything that was under the AM2 banner at that point.
That's
It's
true.
like,
Yeah.
dude, they haven't been putting out
It's
anything
like-
but Sonic and Yakuza.
Yeah.
Well, my thing is
Pretty
this,
much.
and if this doesn't come out of that round table, they can just go ahead and just shoot themselves. I want Tekken Cross Street Fighter, damn it.
I know it ain't happening.
No, I
I mean,
don't care what they got to
We've
do.
been promised that for forever.
Yeah,
Here's the
I heard it
thing,
got
And they
canceled.
teased us with Tekken 7 when they
Tekken
put a
7
Kuma in it.
showed that you can
do it.
You can do not only Akuma,
Yeah.
they put Geese in the game, and
Yeah.
he plays phenomenal. So
Yeah.
they can do it.
They
Yeah,
can.
they
So
they
I don't
put
want to hear
damn near,
about
they
Will
put
they?
everybody
How
in
they do
Tekken
that.
7, G. It's
I
like
agree.
fucking Negan's in the game. Like,
Yeah. I want my
Seeing that
martial
they
law
haven't-
Fei Long like grudge match. I want that. Like, where's that? I'll give
Yeah.
it to me.
Dude, I want my
would-
martial law Jackie. Both
Could you
can
imagine
go.
Tekken 7 on the PS5?
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, Tekken Cross Street Fighter on PS5.
I think it'd be great.
With
be
the
awesome.
Tekken engine?
Yes.
It
that
would
would be-
look-
that'd be
There's
incredible.
more of a chance
Amazing.
of us seeing another tag tournament than we are seeing the
That's probably
crossover
gonna be the
because
next
they've
one.
But you
already
know what?
tagged
Tag
it.
tournament could be interesting.
Tag tournament could be.
I would
interesting, but
love
I'm
another
with
tag
GQ.
tournament.
I would really want to see a
Just do
Tekken
both.
Cross Street Fighter.
Just do both.
Yeah, do them both. Yeah, do them both.
Yeah,
All right.
remaster them all. Remaster all the tag tournaments. Give me all of them.
Remaster them all. All right. You know, now you asking for the laurel. Anyway, so that was
Yeah, I'm asking for it all. Like, I love tag.
that was Run the Gamut. Let's get to some late breaking news actually as
Y'all
of
can
today.
continue the
That-
chat.
You can continue in the chat. And make sure you come over to our Twitch channel. Sorry about that, Shorty. You were kind of a little quick on the trigger. I wasn't done with my spiel, but
You were.
it's all good.
You know why you were done?
No, wow.
Because the bumper came up and said you were done. So that means, that means you were done.
Apparently, yes. So, yeah. Anyway, so breaking news today. It is actually a topic that GQ has been going back and forth with Megatron in
Oh,
on
that's
Facebook
not a back
with.
and forth. I've already won the argument because I'm right.
So anyway, so today AMC announced a landmark deal with Universal Pictures, who they were beefing with for the longest time. Typically, movie theaters have a 90-day window to have the latest releases in their theaters. They have shortened that now to 3 weeks, and Universal will then be able to put all of their movies on VOD after 3 weeks with a $20 price tag, and AMC will get a cut of the profits. So, what do you think of this deal? Good deal, bad deal? Who wins? Who loses in this?
Look,
scenario?
before GQ goes up, because I already know his stance. This is
Yeah.
the beginning of our stories. The beginning. No, seriously, they just want to get as many eyes as possible, and you know, times are changing. Like they said, 227 every day. You got the theater, which people love going to the theater, but some people hate it. And Megashawn, I'm pretty sure, as much as he likes going to the theater, if he has to go with his whole entire family, I don't think he likes going by himself. Pretty
Right.
sure he does. But there's a lot of people out there that don't go to the movies as much because they got 2 or 3, kids.
Mm-hmm.
You got the spouse. Everybody wants popcorn, wants snack, and all that other stuff.
That's like
See,
$100.
Me
That's
growing
$100
up,
hour.
I
Yeah.
don't remember eating at the movie theater. My dad would take us to eat beforehand or afterwards, but I don't remember eating popcorn. We would watch the movie and do other stuff. So he was, good Lord, he was completely different than. It was just something on
I
Twitter.
hear
It's
completely. I hear completely different.
completely different than
Completely different.
other people out there. So
I read that as cheap, but okay.
some people may be cheap. I don't know, man. But if you got the money,
No,
to
I
like
kid.
movies,
I
dude.
kid.
And
I kid.
I got to the point
Yeah.
where like you guys was like, oh, I'm never going to. Okay, just for you, get your Indiana guys. We here in the Detroit area, there was a movie theater. 20 some odd years ago. It was the first mega theater in Michigan. It's called the AMC.
In the country.
In the country, well, it was the AMC. Now it's AMC Star. It was a Star Southfield.
It was.
It was like a spectacle. They had movie props from different movies, outfits from like Ghostbusters and other stuff hanging in like marquees and stuff in there. It's amazing theater, right? Over the years, it didn't really get updated too well, but they were $5 basically for all movies. And they're talking about a movie that just came out in the theater. You can go see it at matinee prices, right, at night. And I liked it for 2 reasons. It was inexpensive, and not a lot of people went there. So I didn't have people sitting around me at all. And I loved that, right? Doesn't bother me. I still see the same movie. Still has great sound. It's not the best sound. It's not friggin' IMAX. Doesn't bother me at all. I paid a little bit of money for it. Now that theater is closed because of COVID for good. It's gone. It's not coming back. And that kind of sucks in my honest opinion. Now, I still want to watch these movies, So I will go to the movie theaters to see only really type. I would go see movies that I wouldn't see in the theater there. Normally, I would wait for these to come home, and most of the time I go to movies just for the big blockbusters. But now I probably will just go for the big blockbusters, and everything else that comes out is going to be on VOD. This is what's going to happen in the theater. Right now, it's going to be those movies that are not the, as they call them, the tentpole movies. Those are the movies that hold stuff up. Those are like your Avengers Endgames. Those are like, I hate to say it, but supposed to have been your Justice League. It's shit like that that's supposed to be. Those are the movies that I will go to the theater to see. Everything else is going to be on VOD, and this is the beginning because it's going to come out. It's going to be in the theater. They're going to throw it on VOD, and if I feel like I want to spend $20 on it, boom, I can watch it because I don't want to go to the theater to see these movies at all, but I do want to see them. So I think this is the beginning to that stuff, and AMC is satisfied with that, where it was like, okay, we're getting some money from it because before they didn't want that to happen because they wanted all the money for what they would get from concessions and all this other stuff. So I'm not saying the movie theaters are dying. I just know there's a lot more people out there that are not like you, GQ, that will go see every movie you want to see in the theater when it comes out multiple times, all that stuff. There's way more people out there that's going to like, I'm going to sit my ass at home. I'm going to pay this $20. I'm going to make I'm not even going to have popcorn. I'm going to have goddamn tater tots or some shit and watch the movie that they want to see with their kids. And these kids, a lot of times, want to watch these movies over and over and over again, where it's getting to the point where you're paying like $300. Now, these people are not thinking about that, but it's like, oh, I want to watch Trolls again. I want to watch Trolls again. You got people out there that will continuously buy the movie over and over again to satisfy their kid instead of going to the theater and having to do the same thing. Now, I'm not saying I want this to happen because I love the movie theater, but it's going to happen. You can kick and scream, but it's going to happen.
You done now?
I believe so.
All right. My quick take, and I'm going to try and make it very quick. I disagree. I think this is a terrible deal for AMC. And I think it's real. Actually, no, it's not a terrible deal for AMC. I think they win with this deal. Universal, it's a terrible deal. Here's the reason why. The reason why is because if they pull the movie out after 3 weeks, that automatically cuts them off from any possibility of them probably getting that $1 billion threshold. Because if they pull it out,
are they going to pull it out though? Not run it simultaneously.
If you don't, okay.
I'm just saying, would they pull it out?
You're taking a huge risk if you put it on VOD because now, as GQ has astutely said, you're going to have people gathering in other people's houses for $20 a day, and many people as they want can watch that one screen for 24 hours because you're getting it for 24 hours. So you can have repeat viewings of having your friends over and stuff like that. So that's $10. I mean, that's maybe $200. Like, say if you got 10 people watching at the same time on one screen, that's $200 you cheated yourself out of. Now multiply that times however many thousand you want to do. That's a lot of money they've lost, but just by doing this. And it's going to happen every day past the 3 week threshold. So I think it's a terrible deal for the movie for Universal. That's my take.
Real quick out of the chat, Harold over on YouTube brought up two things. He said that he can't imagine watching any movies without going to the theater. And also he said mass pirating is what is going to happen, and that's going to kind of cut this down.
And I have to agree with
mass
that.
pirating is already out there, bro. And when movies were coming out, you had those people sitting in the theater. To this day, they still sit in the theater, upload it to the. Now, granted, you're going to get a clean copy, but it's not
A very
clean copy
clean
versus
copy.
dirty copy. You're still watching.
I'm not saying that mass pirating is really that big of a problem, but I'm going to turn it over to Fallen and Gypsy before I say my piece.
To be honest, like I'm fairly indifferent about it. Like I could see the pros and cons to it, but I think Kenshiro has a point as far as like Universal kind of sort of getting the short end of the deal because of the simple fact that with the amount of money they've already invested in these films that they have already slated to come out, they're not going to make anywhere near that profit back. So like if there's like a way for them to structure like some way for them to get some type of profit off of the streams, like that's the only way that I can see them coming out of this or some way or whatever. But considering that that's usually not the type of structure that they go by with making these movies, like it still remains to be seen how it's going to pop off or whatever. But I don't know, like personally, I'm one of the people that enjoy going to the theaters for the blockbuster stuff or whatever. Everything else or whatever, I usually wait. But this is the route they're going. I don't know. We just kind of have to wait and see what happens because I know we're in the digital age and all that stuff now, or whatever. But there's some old farts like us, quote unquote, that like it, that like the experience of going out. So it's just, I don't know.
You can't match the atmosphere of a theater at home. It's just different forms of
Unless you're really
entertainment.
rich.
Unless you're rich, right? And you got one of those home theaters. Yeah.
No, you don't even have to do that. You can go get one of those tabletop projectors and do your own thing. Set up a whole. You can do it all now. It doesn't. Amazon made it possible or whatever.
Mhm.
But I just want this to be able to find like a happy balance. I don't want to lose my theater experience. They actually just saved the drive-in, the local to me, and before the summer's out, I'm going. I'll sit in my car. No one can touch me. I'm pretty sure that's safe at this point.
Now, I'm not saying that it's a total loss for Universal because I'm sure they're gambling on, or they're trying to bank on the success of movies like Trolls World Tour, which made a lot of money, which when they went to VOD earlier, and a lot of parents were, because their kids were basically bugging the hell out of them. I want to watch Trolls. I want to watch Trolls. I want to watch Trolls. And they have to rent it over and over and over and over again, or suffer the wailing, mewling of their children, or suffer maybe killing their children, and to shut them up. I digress. I'm sure they're banking on that. I'm not sure if it's viable long term. GQ, what you think?
Here's the thing, and it always comes down to the money. The money is all that even matters in this particular situation. At the end of the day, we don't know what Universal is giving up on the VOD side of things, because the theaters apparently, to take this deal, must be getting a little bit more than they normally would get. So the theaters are going to win in this particular situation more so than the studios. Mm-hmm. So that's why you only hear about Universal doing this. You don't hear about anybody that puts out really, really good movies doing this yet.
Disney ain't doing this. I'm sorry.
Disney probably won't. Warner Brothers probably won't. People that have power don't do stupid stuff like this.
Right.
Paramount might jump in there because the only thing they got is Start Rec. But
Stop it.
Well, it's not my fault y'all
Star
spelled
Trek is focusing on TV.
It's not my fault y'all spelled it Start Rec.
Yeah.
But anyway.
No, I think Star Trek is focusing more on TV now. Anyway.
Yeah, they probably are. But here's the bottom line. Here's the bottom line. Everybody wants to bring up Trolls as if Trolls is going to be this trend. Trolls is an exception, and here's why it's an exception. Trolls came out in the very early months of the pandemic when everybody was stuck at home and there were no options.
Right.
So, what happened with Invisible Man? I haven't heard anybody say anything about Invisible Man because Invisible Man.
Universal Picture too.
Invisible Man came out shortly thereafter.
Right,
Because
sure
of the
did.
kids, dude.
I understand.
That's kids' movies are gonna make bank.
Yes.
But that's
they will.
what I'm trying to explain to everybody. Everybody's trying to think this is the wave of the future. This is a sign of the times. That's all this is right now.
Right.
Trolls did well because kids, like you said, for whatever reason, parents are too weak to tell them no, and spending money over and over on the same movie.
Right.
It's like,
I'll be
look,
damned if I buy this movie again
that's what I'm
and again
saying.
and
It's like
again.
you
I'm
saw
not doing it.
You saw it once.
Right.
You fork over $20 next time. So my thing is, the reason Trolls did so well is because people could not go anywhere. They had nothing else they could do.
Right.
Because the first Trolls sucked. So the second one was like, okay, well. Yeah.
That implies that you actually watched it.
No,
I
it
never
sucked
saw it,
because
but
it
it
didn't
did.
make any money.
It made $346 million.
On what budget? Because
100 and what did it say?
in other words, it
114?
kind of sucked.
It said 125 budget. It made 346.9.
It didn't double its money truly because whatever marketing they spent is on there, so probably closer to 200 million. That movie sucked.
I'm surprised it got a sequel.
They kind of even. They kind of evened out.
You don't get sequels for just evening out.
So it's like,
But easily
Again,
producible.
kids movie,
movies.
whatever.
Yeah.
Trolls should have died back in the 90s when it
Exactly.
stopped being
Troll
around.
babies. Yeah.
But anyway, so until, like I said, if this was such a great idea, Fast 9 would be something we could watch right now.
Right.
Because Fast 9 was supposed to drop in April. So
Right.
if this was such a great idea,
They would throw it on there.
Black Widow.
Right. So
Yep.
if this was such a great idea, this would have already happened.
Why does Tenet keep getting moved back instead of coming out on VOD?
I'm not saying it's a great idea. I'm just saying that I think this
I didn't
is
say you
where
said
they're
it's a
gonna
great
go.
idea.
That's where
I'm
they're going.
letting all of those out there in the world that think it's a great idea.
Megatron.
If this was such a great idea, this would have been done already because major studios like money. And if they basically had a way to get all the money off the table, they would have been done this.
And I kid you not, if they do this to Fast 9, it will not make that $1 billion.
I don't think it's happening.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, because Trolls, according to Wikipedia, Trolls 2 only made $11 million. And the budget.
Trolls 2?
Yeah, Trolls 2 World Tour, whatever. Mm-hmm. But let's see.
11 million theatrical, right?
Well, did it come out in the theater at all? Because according to this, it says box office. It doesn't say theatrical.
I believe it
11
did,
million.
and then
probably dropped for a
then
week.
they dropped it off.
Yeah, it probably
I
dropped
think
out.
it,
It
like,
probably
dropped-
came out for a
Oh, so
week.
they're only counting the actual box office, not what they made on VOD.
You never really truly see VOD numbers. I mean, you might see them if something crazy happens. But again, it goes back to what I'm saying. The theatrical release is where the studios make back their investment on these extremely expensive movies. So again, Universal, for whatever reason, is willing to give up that profit or that percentage. The other big studios that do big movies like Marvel and all of that, they have too much clout. Why would they even? It's like, give up what? Not gonna happen.
No, that's not gonna happen.
So until the balance and the shift works for both sides, and basically more so towards the studios.
Here's what I could see in
Not
the
gonna get
future, right? Here's what I could see in the future, and I'll let Gypsy and Fallen say their piece, and we'll wrap this up. But the only way I see this ever working out fully is if the movie studios somehow owned the movie theaters themselves. And I know there's some kind of clause where there must be some kind of monopolistic thing where they can't own movie theaters. But I just can't see this type of deal working out for anybody else ever. I just can't see it. I just don't. I just can't see it. I'm sorry.
It's literally saying we're going to bring this out, but guess what? Before the month is out, you'll be able to see this at home.
Right. So what's the impetus for you rushing the theater to go see it?
For me, it's that 90-foot plus screen.
Yep.
That's all I care about.
It's the experience.
I don't care about anything else.
Yeah.
Comfort of home, it'll be once I get the 4K
All right.
Blu-ray.
Remote guys, you got any last comments on this topic before we move on?
Just really quick out of the chat at EJOBN, Miss Kayava Daniels said that director GQ is basically saying, "How dare you, sir? Trolls was amazing."
Who said Trolls was amazing?
So Miss Kayava Daniels over at EJOBN, she's
Miss
basically
Daniels,
fighting you on that
I
first Trolls.
appreciate your opinion, even though it is wrong. That's all right. Right, that's all right.
Yeah.
We love you just the same.
Right. We appreciate you watching. Absolutely. Anyway, Gypsy, if you don't have anything, we're going to move on. Obviously, you can continue talking about this in the chat, and also you can come back in the when the Power is Yours segment, and you talk about it again. But right now, we got a great episode of The Collector to get to. Problem? Yeah, I'm sorry. Hold on one second.
I hope you enjoyed that clip. Now, if you want to see more content like that, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also, we have culturejunkies.net, which will be your portal into everything that we do. If you want to get a little bit more interactive, we've got Twitch and our Discord chat. Discord gives you an opportunity to be a guest live on our show, Culture Junkies Live on Wednesdays. Also, if you want to support us, consider supporting us on Patreon. And remember, no matter what it is that you're into, if you're watching this,
present to you the Collector.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of The Collector. I am GQ, The Collector. Today we're going to be looking at the Comics Guarantee Company, also known as the CGC. So, you may be wondering, why in the world would I pay money to send my book away and have it sealed up and essentially I'll never be able to touch it again? Well, there's a couple of different reasons, but let's look at the history of the CGC real quick. They were founded in January of 2000 in Parsippany, New Jersey. Their headquarters has since moved to Sarasota, Florida. So they've been around for 20 years, and in that 20 years, they've graded over 5 million comics. So I have a couple of examples of the graded books that I have. So you're saying, all right, that's great. Why are you getting them graded? Well, for example, I've got the first appearance of Gambit right here. Grade as a 9.6. That was one of the books that I've owned since that book has been out. And that, of course, locks in essentially the condition and then, for example, the value of the book. I've also got the first appearance of Psylocke here. I'll get some close-ups, obviously. But this book is graded a little bit lower because, unfortunately, there was a problem on the back. There was a fold on the back of the book. Got the first X-Men gatefold cover. It's graded as a 9. First appearance of Cable, second printing, graded as a 7.5, and of course, the Holy Grail, Action Comics #1. Okay, it's not that Action Comics #1, but it is Action Comics #1, one of the early reprints, actually, so that book has quite a bit of value. But just to put it into perspective, why people get these things graded. Resale value. For example, Action Comics #1, the original, from all the way back in the 30s, one of those graded at an 8 sold for $1 million. Then, I think a couple of months later, one graded at an 8.5 sold for $1.5 million. Then a few years after that, somebody had a 9, one that was in the condition of a 9, and that sold for $3.2 million. So that literal move from an 8 to a 9 was a difference of $2.2 million in value. So the way the process works is they have 3 different graders that bring your book in once they get it. They take a look at the condition, they make sure it's an actual real book, not like a reproduction or anything. They go through a grading process, they check the condition, they look at whether there's any tears, the whole shebang. Once that's done, a head grader gives the book its actual final grade. So this grade is not like an aggregate of the 3 graders, it's one particular person makes that decision and that determination, what is the quality of this book. So it's a really, really interesting process. These are sealed sonically. They actually use sonics to seal them. So, and then also, if you try to open them, there's a tamper-proof seal on it. So it's known that you basically tried to do a bait and switch or whatever. So I sent some of these books off because I like the idea of locking in at least, hey, this book is this particular condition. So someone years down the line, if I ever decide to resell, there's a grade right there, because that was always the problem. You go into a comic book store, you're the seller, you're trying to get the most money out of it. The comic book owner is trying to buy it for the least amount of money so they can get the most money out of it for their profit. So the CGC kind of eliminated that haggle. It's like, look, this book is rated at this. This is, what they should be going for at least. So it takes some of the guesswork out of it. So if you guys have any questions, of course, stick around for the Power is Yours segment. And of course, we're going to talk a little bit about after this particular segment runs. So, for The Collector, I'm GQ The Collector. We'll turn it back over to the guys in the studio. Guys, take it away.
Culture Junkies!
One, appreciate y'all watching
I
that. It was
present
all
to you
sorts of fun.
The Collector.
I definitely enjoyed. So if you guys got any questions, let me know. Yeah, so see if there's any questions. Wolverine Solid X, appreciate the compliment. Yeah, definitely consider getting some great books graded. It actually is definitely worth the process.
I thought about getting some video games graded, but then I can't play them because I don't have doubles of them.
I honestly, some of the stuff you have, I actually would consider it though.
I really have thought about it. I thought about doing some I guess you could call them shitty games. I have a sealed copy of one of the wrestling games for PlayStation. Mm-hmm. It's like a WWE one, Raw or something like that, and it's sealed. I also have Herc's Adventure sealed, and I thought about doing that just because. But I actually want to play Herc's Adventure, but I don't want to open it up. It's like one of those.
It's a catch-22 because,
yeah.
and I think comics are easier because, again, like, for example, Action Comics #1, you can get it digitally. You don't have to worry about finding another, reprint of it or whatever. And at the same time, I look at it as how often do I personally read comics? And it's not very often. That's why I personally don't really have a problem locking them up, so to speak. Because it's like, well, if this book's going to have value, I'm not going to be sitting here thumbing through it and getting, hands on it and all that other sort of thing. I'd rather it just... keep its value. So I know Fallen needs to get some of his books rated. I'm almost sure.
He got a library in there. You know, got tons of needs rated.
Yeah, you got like file cabinets, don't you?
Well, one and quite a few boxes full of them. So it's I probably should, because I actually found like quite a few like classic issues from the 90s and stuff. So like it'd probably be worth a look with some of that stuff. Like part of the problem with me with buying comics is that like I'm a sucker for like dope cover art. So it's like even if it's something that like even if it winds up being something that's like out of sequence or a series that I'm not even following, it's like that cover art always gets me, and I wind up getting it even if I don't even read the series.
I can understand that, because that's essentially honestly how I ended up getting Bloodshot #1. And I probably am going to actually get that one graded along with some of the other slightly rare books that I have, just to see what their grade is. I don't know why that pop-up is on the screen. But, I'm probably going to get a bunch of my other books done. Not, maybe not a bunch, but... have you ever considered getting insurance for the comics besides the grading?
That's John P. over on YouTube.
No. Here's the reason why. I look at it as... like, my house is insured, and if everything burns up, then that sucks, but I have everything itemized, so once the claim comes around, I'll just rebuy stuff. I don't really have a problem with that.
And plus, it's hard to... you might not find another copy of that book in the same grade, It might not even be the same condition.
Well, realistically, if I get the insurance claim, I'll be getting a better graded copy.
Right.
I'm going above what I had. Because, when the city flooded my basement, I improved everything.
Sure
I didn't just put it right back to the way it was. Come on now. You gotta be a little bit smart with that.
Yeah, that's true.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have a bunch of books, just random books, I think, that are just sitting in a trunk, unboarded, not even in a cover or anything like that. And
why would you do that?
Why would I do that?
You know the value of stuff.
Well,
man.
see. Yeah, I do, and I think I don't even know the reason why I did it. I was more interested in getting the books and collecting them than I was about getting them graded, because I felt like grading was weird. Like, who sends these books off, spends money to get them graded? Because I don't really see the value in having the books physically, because I feel like the speculator market has ruined a lot of that. You know what I mean?
To an extent, but you got to remember, that's why the CGC exists, is to kind of essentially get rid of the speculator market and basically say, this is what this book is condition-wise and that sort of thing. Now, granted, there's still going to be a haggle back and forth on the price, but like I said in the video, an 8 Action Comics #1 went for $1 million, a 9 went for 3.2. Right. So there's definitely some value to getting it graded, just in the sense of, okay, this book is worth more because it has a higher grade from this company that is the authority on grading. And to me, anything I spend money on minus food and toilet paper needs to give me some residual value at the end of the day at some point.
And you know what? Wolverine Solid X has a great final question. Do they do trading cards also? I've got a Barry Sanders rookie card.
The CGC themselves don't, but there are companies like them that do trading cards and things like that. Because the CGC for the most part is exclusively comics. That's their thing. They do anything from obviously full books to pages. They will grade individual pages sometimes, or just covers. Just the actual cover, depending. Because again, various things have various values to different people. But there is a CGC style thing for like trading cards. There's one for video games. There's one for probably records and albums, that sort of thing. So a little bit anything you can think of. I'm sure there's a guarantee company out there for it.
A what company?
It's the CG. That's what the G stands for. Guarantee.
Okay.
Guarantee.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
guarantee.
comic guarantee company.
Got it.
Yep.
Got it. All right, so everyone, that was a rousing episode of The Collector. Make sure you come back and follow our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Culture Junkies. GQ puts out great videos, great content every week, Tuesday and Friday. Friday is going to be his latest unboxing, where you'll see stuff that he actually gets to film for episodes of The Collector. I won't let you know what it's going to be on Friday, but you'll just have to come back and find out.
You won't know. Let them know, because you don't even know.
No, I sure don't.
You
Don't.
don't?
It's a surprise. What's in the box? What's in the box?
Exactly.
Anyway, moving on to the main event. Let's get going. The main event. All right, everybody. So today we're going to be talking about summer stuff that we kind of started to catch up on. We know COVID-19 has wreaked havoc on the blockbuster movie season. We would have seen, I can't even recall how many movies we would have seen by now. Black Widow we would have seen by now.
Widow.
We would have seen Black Widow by now. We would have seen Tenet by now. We would have seen, I'm trying
Wonder
to think
Woman.
what else.
No, Wonder Woman's
Wonder
August.
Woman 84.
Yeah,
No, Wonder Woman
August.
84
Yeah, Wonder
was
Woman
set
was
to come out in June.
Was it?
No, it was
July or
June.
August? It was
No,
June?
it was June.
It was June?
It was June.
Okay. Okay.
You seem a little upset about that.
We're going to see it eventually. It's just going to take its time.
So I want to know from everybody out there in the chat, and I want to know from everybody here. So we've got a lot of shows that we want to see, or that we've been putting off maybe watching. What have you taken this time in the summer to watch? Like, what new shows have you started to pick up? What old shows have you finally started to get around to watching, or what old shows have you gone back to watching again? So I'll start. So even for me, and hi to Mr. Shinlo down in the chat over on Facebook. One thing that I have been watching is I've been watching some new anime. I've been watching The God of High School, and coming off of Tower of God, this is the second of the Crunchyroll originals that they made with the collaboration with Webtoon. And for me, while Tower of God was interesting, it was very slow paced.
Slow paced, they didn't explain a goddamn thing.
Right. So, and he has a problem with that when they don't.
They need to tell a good story. You can't just vague story.
Yeah. Anyway,
They're going to backtrack a lot. Believe me, I'm pretty sure they're going to backtrack.
Whereas God of High School has just been balls to the wall action, like right out the gate.
Still doesn't tell you what the hell's going on.
But it's a paper thin plot.
Yeah.
I mean paper thin plot. But at least the fighting and everything that's in it kind of helps you forgive them for that. Hey, I'm entertained. Eventually, I'm going to get what I want to get. It is yet another anime that has borrowed from the Journey to the West mythology from China, just like Sayuki or more famously Dragon Ball.
We're talking about God of High School, right?
Yeah, the main guy is patterned after the Monkey King.
Really?
Yeah. Literally,
Really, Jin
that's
Mori?
literally what.
Seriously?
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't get that
He's patterned
watching
after
that.
the Monkey King. That's the whole thing behind God of High School. That's where it started. Like, even a lot of it borrows from Chinese mythology and stuff like that. Even Han Dewi, where he did the basically the four celestial gods, Suzaku, Genbu, Byakko, and forget the other one.
You know they at any point in time they could stop retelling the Monkey King story.
I know, right?
Like it's kind of
I know.
Come on now, y'all.
I mean, they seriously love like the Monkey King story.
They
the
do.
Same way,
I don't care.
It's just like the same way as like Japan. Like they always like to go back to the feudal Japan stuff with Oda Nobunaga. And,
At least feudal Japan has a lot
Sonata
of
and other
different things
stuff,
going
whatever.
on.
But it's usually the same story.
It does.
I understand that, but at least there's a lot of different stuff to look at. Monkey King is always the Monkey King.
Mm-hmm. Monkey King is
True.
always the Monkey King.
I mean, granted, like the most popular story of our all wound up being Dragon Ball. So
And that's fine. Excuse me,
But
that's
yeah,
not
it's only
coughing now,
some.
It's the Rock.
contagion.
It went down the wrong pipe.
Uh-huh.
That sounds wrong.
Right.
That really sounds wrong.
Water down
Yeah,
the wrong
went down the wrong pipe. Yeah. Anyway.
Gerald over there talking about he's about to start
Air pipe,
Godfather of
air
Harlem.
Now, Godfather of Harlem does look like a pretty cool series. Everybody's been talking about that. That's
Except
on,
me, I haven't heard anything about it.
That's been on. What is
I
that?
think
Is that
it-
Netflix? I can't remember.
I
Is
don't
that
think it's Netflix, but isn't that with
Don Cheadle.
Oh, it's Don Cheadle. I was thinking of
Yeah, that's Stars. That's
no,
what it
the
is.
other dudes. Gosh, come on, he was Saw Gerrera. Come on, Darren.
Forrest Whitaker?
Oh,
Yeah,
Forrest
Forrest
Whitaker.
Whitaker.
No,
Lazy
I
Eye?
don't think so.
Yeah,
Lazy
I didn't
Eye.
want to go out to say that.
We all know you got a lazy
just
eye.
say it.
Yeah, I didn't want
Let me put it this way. He didn't have a lazy eye in Bloodsport quite as much.
to.
He had some weird looking hair though.
Yeah, well, that was those 80s hair.
Yeah, that was truly 80s hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what you call it? I think I've just been catching up on watching anime and playing more video games, which, in my honest
So
opinion,
what have you been watching then?
I've been watching Tower of God. I finished that. I've been watching God of High School, of course. Your Kaguya-sama. I've been watching that.
Have you
one.
finished season 1 yet?
I
No?
watch it on my lunch, but I only watch it. I don't watch it every day because today I watched ReZero. In fact, I didn't
Dude,
finish
shit is
it.
good. The season
Yeah.
2 is good, man.
I just started the first episode.
First episode of season 2?
Yeah.
Dude, like, wasn't that kind of like,
I think
what?
it's crazy that you
Yeah.
got somebody eating memories and shit.
Yeah.
But
After they just freaking, like, got past
her
the
back.
white whale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was kind of nuts. Shameless just started season 10, and I liked watching
I can't believe
Shameless.
that show is still on.
Yeah, I think it should have ended when like one of the main characters said, "I don't want to do this anymore."
Well, real quick out of the chat, Preem said that he was woke in Black Panther. His eye wasn't lazy. You know why? Because he gave that lazy eye to T'Chaka.
That was CG, bro.
He sure did.
He transferred his lazy eye to T'Chaka for a little bit and let it stay on him.
Yeah,
'Cause, yeah.
that was
He has
that
a
was
glass eye. That's not me. That's
I
not
don't
cool.
care. I don't care. I have absolutely no chill. I'm an oven, not a refrigerator.
Wow. An oven, not a refrigerator. Wow.
But yeah, I think that's about it. And I've just been doing a lot more streaming, which everybody out there and that's watching this, if you want to see video games, I stream Retro to Modern. And right now it's Metro. Right now it's Retro. Right now it's Retro Games.
Metrosexual gaming. Here we go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would that just be, really good dress? I don't dress well at all. I t-shirt, blue jeans, and t-shirt and shorts. I'm wearing flip-flops.
Hey, it's not about dressing well. It's about looking good in what you wear.
You can
so
do
if
that.
you look good in what you wear, you're good.
I only look good to one woman, and she.
That's all you
Who
care about.
counts?
That's
Yeah,
all you care
so
about.
counts,
that's
man.
That's all you care about.
That's what it is. But regardless, going back to the games, I'm just playing a lot more video games. I'm playing Maximo Ghost to Glory right now, and I think I'm near the end. Not too far, if I remember correctly. But that's what I've been doing.
So okay, so you said you've been watching more anime. Any like old TV shows or anything like that you've been like
A few
going back
weeks
to?
ago, because during COVID, I remembered that I had the Dragon Ball series
Yeah.
on my computer, and I was like, you know what? I never sat down and watched past the first 13. That here in Detroit, Channel 20 only played the
Ran it
first
over and
13 over and over again, and that's where I basically stopped. So I said, you know what? These are uncut. I'm gonna sit down and watch it, and I'm like in the red ribbon like area,
Red
but I
Ribbon
haven't.
Army?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it in a bit. And then New Dominion Tank Police. The reason why I sat down, because also I found out I had that on my
Ooh, that's,
computer.
that's throwback.
But if you remember correctly, New Dominion Tank Police, you got police with fucking tanks that have no chill. Watch it. No chill. People got to wear masks when they go outside. It's kind of replicating what's going on right
But I
now.
don't think we want our police to be rolling around in tanks
They
like Alpha. and
do,
stuff.
but not.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't have tanks like that, but
Yeah.
They kind of do.
not.
Not quite.
Gosh, but she had no chill, dude. She was whipping on that dude. And, like, the difference is that I was watching New Dominion Tank Police. One dude did something to her tank, and she was just getting belligerent.
Oh yeah.
Her people that were with her were holding her back. Unlike in real life where they just says, oh, I didn't see anything.
Yeah.
Or if I saw it, he had every right to do so. No, they was like, no, let's contain her because she shouldn't be doing this. They need to take some lessons from a fucking 20-year-old anime.
Well,
Yeah.
All right, Gypsy, how about you, man?
That's hilarious.
Boy, I've been learning a lot of things about Unity and Unreal.
Unity!
So a lot
Have
of
you been
my
watching?
time
Like,
has
what have you been watching on
building.
TV? Anything you've been watching? Like,
It's a
movies?
thin list. I watched Disenchanted. That actually turned out to be pretty interesting.
Disenchanted is
It's
that's
the
that Matt Groening movie.
Oh
Series
yeah,
that's
Disenchanted.
on Netflix,
I
right?
watched all of that, but that was before COVID. But yeah, I like that series.
Yeah, so
I
that's
didn't
something
get it
like you
until
went back to
then.
watching. Okay.
Yeah. I watched. Yeah, I caught up on stuff that I just didn't know I missed. Love,
Right.
Death, and Robots. As you know, I finally saw that.
Yeah. That was really great. They're doing season 2. That's getting ready to come out soon, isn't it?
I cannot wait.
Yeah, it is.
I also did Lucky 13 in VR. I told you I was making it. I did, right? I got a version of it ready to play right now. What else? I watched Assassination Classroom.
Yeah, I like that series. That's pretty good.
That was shocking because I really don't like Shonen Jump anime like that.
Okay.
But that one kind of caught me off guard.
Yeah.
I watched Space Force all the way through.
That's in my queue.
That was more entertaining than I thought it was going to be.
Has anybody watched and this was a show that came on Netflix recently? Has anybody watched Cursed? That one with Catherine Langford, based on the
I
Arthurian
almost
legend.
watched it. I
I
pushed
guess
play
it's
and
supposed to
then
be about
stopped
the
to
Lady
watch
of the
something
Lake.
else.
Maybe I think that's who she's supposed to be playing. I have no idea. I've heard mixed reviews about that. Has anybody okay, so let me see. Wolverine Solid X from the chat says Edward the Son of Wolverine and Storm season 2 episode 1 premieres this Saturday at midnight on YouTube. Okay, created the show for Marvel Comics and GQ. Helps me edit it. Tune in. Okay, all right, that's something to check out.
We're bringing him in on the show to talk about that.
Yeah.
too.
We'll have him on. Yeah, Wolverine Solid X.
be on.
He'll be on. He'll talk about it then. So Cursed, obviously nobody's been checking that out yet. So one show that I did actually go back and watch, and I was writing about it. I'll have an episode, or I have an article about it on the website soon. I went back and watched The Flash. Like I went like a whole Barry Allen like origin story and followed his whole thing through all the crossovers and everything. And I was just contrasting between like where the show is now versus where it was when it started. Dude, the show was so much better when it first started. Because well, first of all, the tension between him and Thawne was just, I mean, him and Tom Cavanaugh are just magic together. Like on screen. They're just magic together. Tom Cavanaugh, period, is just incredible. But that first season of tension between the two of them was so good. And you also didn't have Ralph's annoying ass. You didn't have Cecile.
He gone.
You didn't have right. You didn't have Cecile and her telepathic powers. You didn't have to worry so much about Cisco and his love life, or you didn't have to worry about Caitlin and Frost and stuff like that. It was just simpler, and it was a much better show. So it almost makes me think that if they were to, they might need to do some tweaking to the show in order to get it back to where it was. Yeah, they might. Yeah. Well, okay, I think they do.
They lost. First of all, they lost me after that bucktooth girl that played Hawk Girl left.
Kendra Saunders.
She was cute, and then except for when she would smile. But once she left the show, I was like, I don't need to watch the show no more.
I mean, well, given how her tenure was on Legends of Tomorrow, I think that was for the best because they did nothing.
Dude, Hawkman
nothing
was
of worth
so much
with
worse
the Hawks
than
at all.
her.
So
I don't care about how. Again, you guys got to remember, if the person is attractive, I will bypass their storyline. She just needed to keep her mouth closed. It is what it is.
I mean, one thing that I will say is that it always just showed how like Cisco had like the best worst luck with women on that show, because like he just always like would always have a connection with like some of the best looking women like throughout this, like between what was it, Hawk Girl, then like Captain Cold's sister, the Gypsy.
It made zero. So what you been watching, Paulie? What you been watching?
Like you all caught up with God of High School and Tower of God, which both are pretty interesting. I actually been rewatching some old stuff in light of the whole entanglement fiasco. I've been rewatching Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, which is still entertaining.
Okay.
So, which is it's kind of funny because looking back at some of the episodes, especially with the stuff that's going on now, it's kind of like, oh wow, it's kind of weird to look back on now. But besides that, crazily enough, I've been kind of rewatching some old shows. I actually been rewatching Hanging with Mr. Cooper on Hulu.
Hanging
So,
with Mr. Forever.
What?
Yeah, that's definitely a very dated show. I can tell you that much. But that was like
That was the time
we had
back
some-
then, man. We actually had
We
good
had
black
some we had some
television,
we had some wholesome black leads back in the day. Like folks don't get enough credit for. But caught up on that. I watched a couple of like anime movies, like they're kind of like more on the artsy side, but watched this one anime movie called Mirai, which was on Netflix. It's kind of relevant to my life because it's literally about like this little kid who has a baby sister and like he doesn't take to it very well, and you start having like all these like fantastic adventures, and like his baby sister from the future comes back and tries to help him get acclimated to stuff or whatever. It's like it's very like it's very Studio Ghibli like influence though. So like it's a cute movie. So but yeah, that's other than that.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm saying like the only other thing is I've just been catching up on Agents of Shield, which I've been thoroughly.
Yes.
So.
Agents of Shield
Jesus.
this season has been so good. Like I love
Yeah.
the
I didn't like the
theme.
80s episode.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Dude, I love. Oh man,
You liked the whole thing because they were freaking throwing flashbacks at the 80s stuff. They told a shitty story that episode.
yeah, but that was all about all of that stuff was all about homages, and I love the whole chopping mall homage.
I thought that part was
Oh,
great.
yeah.
that was great.
I liked the throwbacks.
Even
I
though-
hated the story.
even though the creator of Chopping Mall like really didn't like it, like he's threatening to sue them over it.
Really?
Yeah, he's threatening to sue it
Come
over,
on, bro.
over it. Yeah.
He's just trying to get some money because he ain't making
See,
nothing.
that's what I thought too.
Like, get outta
yeah,
here.
Like, yeah, that's what I
Right.
think. That's what I think he's doing
Oh,
too. But the
one
show
more
is
thing.
really good. Really good. Go ahead.
Yeah, one more thing. And once again, Miss Kayava Daniels over at EJOBN brings up a show I have watched up on. I've finally binge watched The Watchmen.
Oh, yeah, I did too. I
Finally
forgot about
watched
that.
it.
I think I still need.
And
Oh my
I have
gosh.
to-
episodes.
I have to
Good.
say about
Great
that movie,
show.
about
Great
that
show.
show is wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like wow.
So
Didn't
are
they,
you?
didn't they kill the next season though?
Yeah. Well, see,
they could
like,
do it next
they
season.
could,
They're not
they
gonna.
but
could.
Damon
They
Lindelof
weren't.
says he's not going to do it.
I'm fine with that.
Like initially they wanted to do a one and done to begin with. So,
And-
right.
like,
Dude, it's
I-
fine.
I-
It's good.
I kind of hope they stick with that because they really. It's like I don't want it to be a situation where they want to keep going and wind up
And they
running
end up watering
around,
it
which a
down,
lot
and
of
watering
shows-
it down, and watering it down. Yeah, I can see that.
Right.
I can see that. So nobody's really
Right.
hurt if they never ever do another season of Watchmen. Anybody?
If it
No.
was
I won't
supposed
be
to be
hurt.
something that was done
Ah.
and not oversaturated over time, and they knew about it, then yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Okay. All right, that's cool. Going back to the chat, so Preem actually brought up a good one. It's because Cisco can sing. He can, and I was, singing. Yeah, but yeah, Cisco can sing, and he didn't have Iris cock blocking them like she did Barry with Linda Park. That shit was terrible. That shit was so bad. Like, I mean, dog. He was trying to literally make a go of it with Linda, and every single turn, that bitch Iris was just getting in his way. And I liked Linda Park. I liked her. I liked her and Barry together. I thought that was really cool. I really thought that whole thing should have, like, him and Iris shouldn't have gotten together like really fast after Eddie
Here's the
died.
thing. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Barry had his powers during that point, right?
Yeah, he did.
Could have had them both.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like,
Here we go.
like what?
Speed Mirage.
It's like, dude, like,
Yeah.
I'm not. If I'm the fastest person in the world, I'm not choosing. I'm just gonna have you both, and then like y'all can
That's hilarious.
cat fight later.
But you know what? It's not just Linda Park, right? I liked him and Patty together too. Him and Patty together.
Three is fine. You
Right.
can have three. He's still fast.
Yeah.
The man
You don't
can
want to be
get-
the fastest man in the world in a relationship all the time, though.
Hey, look.
Come on now.
Put Iris on the West Coast. Put Linda on the East Coast. Put West Wayne in the Midwest.
Yeah, Patty in the Midwest.
And, right, and I will visit y'all at different points in time during the day.
Wow,
and
man,
that's
Papa
about
was
it.
Rolling Stone for real.
That's about it. I've been watching MASH lately.
What? Come on, man. Be for real now. Come on.
I hated MASH. I still hate MASH to this day. I don't care how
But
popular
you
that
remember
show
the theme
was.
song?
Okay.
Everybody remembers the theme song.
Right.
Suicide is painless.
Yeah.
Which is the craziest
Yeah, we
lyrics
knew
for a
the
song.
we already knew the moment we heard that.
It might be.
The moment we heard those guitar strums, we.
I know. When I heard those, I knew it was time to go upstairs and play some Nintendo. That's what that song meant. Like, I am not listening. I'm not watching this boring old show. But
Right.
anyway, so like I don't know. I've been I don't know.
Watching your 4K Blu-rays. We know
Well,
that.
I mean, always that because reviews on Tuesday.
Right.
But I've been honestly going back looking at Clone Wars because Clone Wars has always been good.
Yeah.
So didn't start at season 1 because I didn't need to. I was kind of jumping around
Right.
to various episodes that I like. And then I also been, of course, playing a couple games here and there, but not as
Okay.
much
Right.
as I should be.
Anybody else get Ghost of Tsushima beside me?
I bought it, haven't opened it yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Why you pulling
I got
a
it.
play out
I
of
have
his
a
book,
took-
man?
I got it yesterday.
I
haven't opened
I
it
haven't
yet.
opened mine yet
why
either.
I don't buy those games. Just
It should have been open before you even got it home.
Wait, what?
It should have been open before you even got it home.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna open it in the car.
At a red light.
Not
you
only
open
that,
it there.
not only that, they don't have instruction books no more. So
they sure don't.
there's no point in even opening the game until you get
Did
home.
you manage to get your
Basically,
hands on
you
the
had
steelbook
to-
one?
Nah,
No?
I didn't even care about all that.
Okay.
Like I said, if I was gonna get
I got-
anything of that, I would have got the collector's edition. That would have
Yeah,
just been
the
it.
mask does look good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I know someone who has it.
Yeah.
like I said, the
I
only thing
grabbed-
I need anytime soon is the PS5. I don't care about nothing else right now.
Sure. No. I totally get that.
Yeah.
So, but you haven't been watching much of anything else besides Clone Wars?
No,
Anything
not
else?
really, because again, there's nothing out there that I'm really concerned about watching. Like y'all talking about God of High School and all the various stuff. Y'all know it doesn't fit into what I like.
Yeah, it does.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
100%
God of High School
dude.
does. Yes, it does.
You like fucking Tenjo Tenge. This
Yeah.
is fucking without
Oh,
girls
it's
with
without-
big floppy
yeah,
tits.
Well,
It's
guess
a
what?
fucking fighting
Guess what?
anime.
So Tenjo Tenge is superior to God of High School.
Just
Because they
because of
got
that?
some fucking
Just because of that?
animated titties in it, man. Come on
No.
now. It's a fighting
Aya
anime.
and Maya were probably the best two people they came up with in any and all anime. Period. Bar none.
You only watch like 10 anime, though.
I know, that's all I need.
No, I'm telling you, bro.
That's all I need. Ninja Scroll, Tenjo Tenge, Wicked City, Fist of the North Star. I'm good.
Speaking of things
Dragon
that I
Ball.
probably would never ever watch if I ever had to, to some time on my hands, the Ninja Scroll TV series, I would never watch that.
Really?
Like,
I
that
don't
shit
need
was
to watch
terrible.
that.
I
That
bought
shit was bad.
and I don't really remember too much
This
of
was
it.
bad because it was bad.
Again, Ninja Scroll TV show and a couple other shows like that are
Yeah.
the reason that movies are the only thing I really care about in anime nowadays.
Yeah, I can
because a
understand that.
series normally can't even hold up. Series will start off all right, then
Filler.
it'll just fall off.
Filler,
Well,
a whole bunch of filler.
That's if there's those long ones, because there are some things like you like fucking Goblin Slayer. Goblin
Slayer's
Slayer
great.
is fucking
Straight to the
violent
point.
as shit, straight to the
Straight to the
point.
point.
13 fucking episodes.
Yep.
He said, "I'm not here to save the world. I'm here
Right.
to
I'm
kill
here to kill
goblins."
goblins, period.
And that's
I
like
don't care
people
about
like
nothing else.
Come shit. Nope.
It's like I'm killing
I'm here
goblins in the
goblin-
most violent way possible. Period.
Fuck, was it violent?
It
The
was
first
violent, dude.
episode was
it was
like
violent as hell, dude. It was great.
John P. The only mecha I acknowledge is Voltron. That's it. I don't care about Gundam. I don't care about any of
Wait, no,
those.
I like me some Gundam. We
Alabama.
can't.
See, you just talking
See,
to
Alabama.
you talking
You
to a
gotta go with
geriatric
G-Gundam,
anime.
though.
You're like,
Geriatric anime.
I don't watch it. I don't watch
Here's
anything.
why.
My go-to-
Here's why I don't like Gundam and Macross and all of that. Because what we got over here was watered down, and what we
Yep.
got over here was soap opera y. So guess what? I don't like soap opera y anything. So if they would have brought it over, maybe as a good movie with a lot of destruction, like for example, Evangelion, when Ava was tearing into the other one and the blood was filling the streets. That's my favorite episode of Ava.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't care about
Did
any
you
of the
watch
rest of the
Endless
series.
Waltz?
I don't like
You
it.
should try G. You should try G Gundam then, because G
No.
Gundam is just straight,
don't
just
like
balls to the walls
He
action.
doesn't like Gundam
Yeah,
at
it
all,
was
man.
too.
No, man.
I don't.
You know,
but
I got
the
G
Endless
Gundam on my
Waltz
Plex, and I
was
do want to watch
gorgeous.
it. I do want to watch it. What? What's that?
Like it's a
Endless Waltz
tournament-based
was
anime,
gorgeous.
believe it or not.
Here's the thing. The only thing I want to see transforming is Optimus Prime. That's it.
Wow.
I don't care about none of the.
Did you watch?
Valkyrie
Did you
or
watch
any
the
of that.
freaking newest Transformers though?
No, wait. That comes
serious.
out tomorrow, I think.
No, not that one. The last one that came out. Why can't I
Talking
think
about
of
Prime?
it? Yeah, did you watch Prime?
Prime was fun.
Yeah, Prime was
All the other ones,
good.
all the other ones
Wait a
can
minute,
like
Prime,
eat it.
was that
I
the
didn't
one that was
know
on
any of them.
Cartoon Network?
Probably, I don't
It was
know.
the
but
one
it
that
was-
Rock did the first episode.
Yeah.
it was
The Rock was
on,
freaking cliff
jumper for the first
and
episode.
they killed him in the first.
Oh,
episode.
bullshit, dude.
Because they couldn't. No, that series was actually
Yeah,
good.
they
It was
did.
really good.
But that
The
and
show
G1 are
itself
the only
was really
Transformers I
good,
care about.
but
I don't
yeah.
care about all the rest.
But you know what? Speaking of something that's old that I finally got around to watching, I finally got to watching G.I. Joe Resolute.
And Resolute
Wow,
was awesome.
you're
It was
super
good,
late.
dude.
Yeah, I
That
know.
is
I know. I'm
really
late. I know.
but
Shut up. Okay.
Resolute was
I,
freaking.
it was awesome, but it was awesome though.
It was.
It was really good. It was really.
Whenever
really
they
good.
take
All
those
of us
old
knew that.
stories and they kill characters in them, they're telling good stories.
Hey, Wolverine Solid X at King Arthur and the Knights of Justice.
Hey, that's on freaking Amazon Prime, dude, and I've been watching some of that too. Dude, it gets stuck in my hair. Every once in a while, you just hear nice, yeah, nice. You got it, nice. Let's go, nice.
That sounds bad. That sounds really bad.
Well, y'all went way over time, so we're gonna get a power to the chat. Y'all can bring up whatever y'all
Oh
want to bring
man,
up.
Yeah. Go ahead. We're gonna turn over to the people. The power is yours. We'll talk about whatever you want to talk about.
To make it good.
The power is yours!
So you guys did get the that big surprise that like all the old UPN shows are coming to Netflix.
Yes. Yeah. Moesha. Half and
What?
half.
Wow.
UPN?
Girlfriend.
people watch that stuff.
Yeah.
That's the
They literally
Homeboys from outer space.
Home-
Damn.
Damn.
Homeboy, I remember that goddamn show.
if
like
they
that.
knew what was good
Parkers.
for them, they would have buried
Yeah,
it
strong,
out
strong
in
black
sea.
lead. There was a joint announcement from Strong Black Lead and Netflix that all of these shows that that people have been that mostly black people have been clamoring about for Netflix
I
to
want
get for
Martin.
years has finally been put on the Netflix. Now we know they're capitalizing purely off of the Black Lives Matter movement. Who really cares? But they're doing it. It's long overdue. I'm glad they're doing it. Maybe
Is it long overdue, or is it just something that just shouldn't necessarily happen?
It should have happened a long time ago because there was no reason for them not to put. If they're going to put other shows like that on
Here's
there,
the
you know what I
thing.
mean?
I ain't trying to watch reruns of Moesha. I'm just not.
I know it's not for you.
I mean, given how
but it's not for you.
I mean,
It's
The
really
it's
not.
majority
not-
of the shows you
I
guys
wouldn't even
mentioned,
say
I would
that.
not watch.
No,
See,
and I know that.
but-
I acknowledge that openly.
See, but this is the thing. It's like even what GQ was saying when it comes to Moesha, it's not really so much as just saying it like it's whether it's for me or it's not. It's just based on how the show ended. The show ended with no resolution, like absolutely none. So and it's like the show literally ended on I think what was it? What was our younger brother's name? Miles.
I know.
Was that his name or whatever? I think whatever.
Nobody
The
watched that show
show
on purpose.
The show literally ended with him getting kidnapped.
Somebody got kidnapped.
That's literally how the show ended.
That's literally how the show ended.
So
The show
Moesha ended with
his
his little brother getting kidnapped, and it was
Dumbest-
never any resolution.
That's literally the dumbest thing I've ever heard in the
like that was it.
Who-
Like that was done.
like
that was it.
Who does that?
First off, they forgot the first rule of the word sitcom.
Right.
It's supposed to be
Situation.
funny.
It's supposed to be funny.
Comedy.
That ain't funny.
Right. The only one that I give any credit to and that I would watch again was Rock.
Yeah.
That was a good show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was a
Like Rock.
sitcom,
That was
but it
almost
was
like a situ drama.
yeah.
Instead, really.
That show was deep. That show was really good.
That show
But
was
like
deep.
all the other ones, like nah, dude. Like I'm not watching those again because they weren't. I guess by the time they all came out, I wasn't into that sort of thing anyway. I didn't even care. I was like, yeah, show me some destructive something.
Yeah.
Or Dragon Ball Z or something. Like I don't like because again, a lot of those shows I couldn't relate to because it's just like, okay, I don't think this way.
Right.
I'm
So,
kind of
right.
interested,
I mean-
saddeningly, about this zombie thing that John P's talking about here.
So John P just said it's like I need more zombie anime. High School of the Dead just stopped cold turkey. There's a reason why High School of the Dead just stopped cold turkey.
Oh, didn't the creator
the
die?
creator is dead.
That don't mean nothing.
damn,
Sell it off
that
to somebody
sucks.
else.
Yeah, no.
Oh wait,
they don't. They
I
don't
didn't.
roll that
I
way.
honestly didn't know that.
Yeah, they don't roll
That's
that way. So wait, you've never seen High School of the Dead? Have you never seen High School of the Dead,
With
Gypsy?
Gypsy.
Oh no, I watched a bunch of it, but it just for some reason it didn't make me want to watch it every day, so I didn't,
Okay, like
and I haven't finished.
so
it.
John
But
P. I guess maybe he maybe it was the first time. I don't know. Reason why he brought it up, but High School of the Dead was way over the top, like with over sexualization and the zombie.
Yeah, it was a lot of fucking
It was
titties.
But wait, but
way
they're-
over the top.
But they're dead.
No.
No.
That was a different
They're
anime.
just
It
they're
was
just a
like-
group of survivors that's
Yeah,
fending
yeah.
off zombies, and they're all high
A
school.
lot of
students,
freaking sexual.
Yeah.
The
It's like
reason
three
this
girls,
put me
and
off
all
a
the
little
girls
bit.
are stacked, and like the boob physics just they okay. They would give
It's
Dead
your
or Alive.
ten-
They
it's
would
your
give Dead or
ten-
Alive a
it's
run
your
for its
Tengo
money. That's how
10J
bad.
type of
no,
stuff.
Beyond that,
Yeah.
beyond that, because like I said, it would give Dead or Alive a run for its money. Like that's how.
Again,
that's how
I'm
much
not,
the boob physics.
I'm not even into
like, it was
this. I don't
crazy.
care about that. The reason Tengo
Have you
King caught
played
my attention-
Akiba Strip though?
No, I can't say that I
Akiba
have. and I
Strip
can't
is
say
a
that I
zombie
aspire
game.
to, so.
Is it? Because I wouldn't have gotten that from the game cover.
Yeah.
Well,
Like
you wouldn't
at
get
all.
anything from it. Like, it's like zombies, and they run at you and they attack you. But as they attack you, instead of your health going down, your clothes fall off. So apparently, at some point, you're half naked and your underwear kind
Oh my
of
God,
smack
that sounds
zombies
so
in the face.
dumb.
No, that's
And they
stupid.
got like 3 games out of this.
That
Yeah.
sounds so
of course
dumb.
they did. But
So
Yeah.
I
Sex
kind
sells,
of
but
forced
will.
those
But back-
two things
back to the
together and
Tenjo-
was like, I'll watch it later. You know?
That's fine, but back to the Tenjo Tenge explanation. It wasn't even about the boob physics or anything. It's because Maya and Aya were both actually really competent fighters. That's what made that series interesting. I don't really care about like the fan service.
Then you would love Airmaster. That was
Well, I think you would like. I really think you would like Tower. I mean, not Tower of God. God of High School. Because
Yeah.
like again, and I bring this up again because
I'll watch one episode.
God of High
eventually.
School, the fighting they actually did. It's not animated. It's mocapped. So
And
so
that's
they
fine.
had real. They had real
Again.
people doing all the motion capture. for all the
Again, going
fighting
back to
stuff.
my
It was
boy
really
Ray
good.
Park, who mocap Darth Maul in that episode or those couple episodes of
Clone Wars, and that shit
Yeah.
was that shit was
about
immaculate.
to digitally
That shit
erase
was
him.
immaculate. Yeah, right.
But again, that's part of the reason why. Yes, you could probably get somebody else to do it, but you're going to be able to tell that
Yeah,
it's
it's
not,
not him. Yeah.
because he lives
I
that
agree.
freaking role.
I agree.
But as far as I don't know, I'm gonna find me a succubus. That's what I need to find.
Wow. I think
What?
you might end up regretting that.
No,
That's all.
absolutely not. Because I'll be out there. I'll just get me some hydroxychloroquine and I'll heal myself.
I don't get
after.
Wish.com.
You're not having dreams
Wow.
of sex with demons, are you?
I don't know, man. Hey.
I mean, dog. That was
Here's the thing. I'm gonna bring that up anyway.
yeah.
Oh,
That
shit.
doctor needs to be shot in the face.
She's a quack.
Because
if you got a quack of a president.
here's the problem. And here's where this is not so much 3-dimensional chess, but it's at least checkers, 3-dimensional checkers for 45.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? Black people was getting a lot of notoriety with that Black Lives Matter movement.
Mm-hmm.
And, people starting to, kind of turn the corner a little bit. They was just inching up to the curb and then starting to like turn their steering wheel a little bit. Then what happens? You get some not even truly prominent, but a black doctor to get out there and put some stupid ass like quack job thing
He
out
did
there
that
and bring
shit
a lot
on
of
purpose.
Of course he did. So that's what I hate when it's just like, dude, this woman is an idiot.
Yep.
Period. I don't care what doctorate she might have. She's an idiot.
It's
Big time quack.
This big time. It's just big time. Just irresponsibility. Like a lot of people gonna wind up getting killed because of this. shit.
I don't know. I have zero
So it's
problem
like-
with the deaths.
So
But it's just the fact that she is that dumb and that she put that out there. That she said that so
I
somebody
mean-
could find it and
I mean-
expose
And
it.
she said it with
I
conviction.
mean, but
right?
hey, I mean, but for real, like
she really
like
believes
sex
that
with
shit.
demons makes you sick isn't sound advice. I mean,
Look. Morgan is a demon, damn it. And Morgan
You
Aceline,
ready to
Morgan
risk it all?
Aceline would probably be really interesting in bed. I'm just gonna put that out there.
I
For
don't know
you.
if you get that far. I think she drained you before that.
I don't know, man. She drains energy, but it depends
Yeah.
on how much energy you give.
Yeah.
So I'm a very selfish person, so you ain't gonna get all my energy that quick. I'm just saying.
I want to say that maybe Morgan may be a little bit more fair compared to other succubus characters
It's
out
possible. It depends on if you like it or not, you know.
Yeah.
Preem said his kid put out a post on Insta saying it was true, so did his wife. That don't mean nothing to me.
Right.
I need to find it true in a court of law.
Like, could there be a vendetta like between the two of them against him? Like,
Right. And not only that, that
You know?
kid and that wife are replaceable.
Right.
They are.
there. Damn.
So I guess
They
the other,
are.
Yeah, they are.
Dude, kick them out the house, lead them on the curb, go find you another woman.
So as an aside, like, and I know this is the power is yours, but I wanted to bring it up because it actually is in the news, somewhat and somewhat relevant. So the whole Johnny Depp Amber Heard libel suit case has been playing out over the past like 2 or 3 weeks, and it just ended yesterday. So honestly, after reading some of the reports, neither of them, come out smelling like roses. But to me, Johnny comes out worse in a way because he openly admits that he was very much into the drug culture and he idolized it. So that's almost like an open admission that you may not even remember half of the shit that she accused you of doing.
What was that movie that he was in? Something.
Blow.
No.
Blow?
It was like in the 1800s or something like that in England. I think he was in it where he was like doing absinthe and sugar cubes and shit like that.
I don't know. He probably
I have no idea,
He probably
man.
went full method on
What
that
the
one.
hell's the
Yeah.
name of that movie?
I don't know. Why don't you?
You ain't talking about
Too
Sweet
bad.
Todd,
Too bad. Hands not in the chat. He's the one that showed it to me.
My thing is this.
'cause
Once you hit that level that he was at, don't even bother getting married. There's no point.
Right.
Just go out,
I mean,
bring your love contract
From
with
Hell.
you.
It's
Right.
From Hell.
I remember that movie.
Yeah.
Go out.
I remember that movie too.
Bring your love contract with you. Have them sign off with a photo ID before you do anything. Have your fun. Keep that contract copy. Go to the next one. That's all you got to do. At that level, the amount of women throwing themselves at you, why bother getting married?
You never know why he bothered getting married, and I don't know. Something about Amber Heard,
Amber Heard is cute.
She strikes me as she may be cute, but there's she's.
That's why you don't attach yourself to them.
Yeah,
See-
there's something a little wrong with that chick.
Amber
man.
Heard
I'm
looked
sorry.
great as a redhead.
Right.
That was great. That was
I
it.
think that's what it was. She probably found out she was kind of crazy. He probably
And she
that
was
was really
freaky.
into that and didn't, and
And she was
probably
freaky 'cause she was
realized
bi,
that okay,
'cause,
or whatever, and probably just realized okay, this bitch is crazy more so than I thought she was. Like this ain't what I initially signed
Yeah,
up for.
but here's
Right.
the thing. I think, and I'm not accusing him of it, but I'm just positing this theory. What if he actually was the more volatile of the two of them?
He may have
You
been.
know?
Who knows?
So right, and that's what this is all about.
but guess what? I would have been volatile with no ties.
right. And then of course, those texts came out between him and the guy that played Jarvis. I forget his name.
Paul Bettany.
Paul Bettany.
Yeah, back and forth where they were making derogatory comments about Amber Heard, and those actually got.
How is he
put
going to
out.
try to bring Jarvis down in the middle of this?
It-
Leave
look,
Vision out of it.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, a lot of the stuff that they were bringing forward about Johnny did not paint him in a great light.
And
but
that's
even if he
fine.
wins, I think he loses. A lot of people say because of the stuff.
I mean,
He may get the
thing
victory, but
is,
it might be a Pyrrhic victory. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Like, I don't think it'll bring his. I don't really think it'll bring his credibility down as much. I mean, I think we can all agree that whatever relationship they decide to get in wound up being very toxic.
Agreed.
But
Yeah.
at the same time, like it really. I mean, it's very some of the stuff that like he's got like documented about her is pretty damning.
And
to
that's
her in
fine. But you know what's
comparison.
here's what's funny though. And even out of the chat, regardless, even if he's completely innocent, he's never going to recover from this. Y'all must not know much about Robert Downey Jr.
I
mean, but
agree
he-
with you. But I
The
think
thing is, he
Johnny's a
kind of
different-
always say
different
that
cat.
he kind of always really said though that like even though like he's great now, like he's always stated that like as far as he's concerned, he's still in recovery.
I understand
Like,
that, but
he's-
again, Robert
so-
Downey Jr. was untouchable.
He was.
And
In
now he
Hollywood,
is
yeah.
the face
Right.
of
Yeah.
the MCU.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
never, ever, ever bet against money. Because if money can be made, because I guarantee you, if he wasn't like kind of done with Pirate Captain Jack Sparrow, we would be getting Pirate 6, and he'd be in that mug. So don't bet against money,
Can we
because
not
money
get any
always
more of
talks.
those? I'm so done with Pirates, man.
Dude, I didn't even watch the last one.
It's like, look,
I
my
never
thing
really
is,
put
Dead,
the
Dead Men Tell No Tales was actually good.
I would like to watch it again. 'cause
I
think
like
fell
that
asleep
Tales
on
on
it.
Tales. I was cool with that. Like my issue was with Disney's decision that they were just
Freeman's
going to
got a
go
good
ahead and reboot it, and it's kind of like, dude, no. Like, first of all, like we don't even really need a reboot of Pirates. Like Pirates is good as is. Like even you got one dud out of the 5 movies they've made.
4.
So it's like we don't
They
even
made
really
5.
need a reboot.
It was 5. I'm sorry.
Right. So like it's like why would you guys decide to try to reboot it?
Because that
Or
movie
whatever,
makes
and
$1
you're
billion
not-
every time they release one.
Yeah, but there's no way they can replicate like the stuff that they
It's not
did
about
in the original
replication.
ones,
It's
whatever.
about
It's
people
like,
love that character. And again, the Me Too movement and cancel culture don't matter. Money trumps all. Period. I don't. It's the truth though. Money it eliminates any and all of that Me Too. It eliminates any and all of the cancel because guess what? Even though Nick Cannon messed himself over, he's going to find another hustle and he's going to be back on top again. Any of these people that drop off of this quote unquote cancel culture because a lot of the idiots out there have short attention spans.
I don't know, man. This cancel culture seems to be pretty powerful, man.
It's powerful for people that do dumb stuff that's easy to forget about.
Okay, I'll give you this. He's not on that
Yeah.
level. At least not with this. Like a lot of this shit was self-inflicted. He wasn't doing it to somebody else. You know, it's not like he was
Downey?
No, Johnny Depp. Like because he's drug addict and all this other kind of stuff, and being saying that he hit his wife.
Sounds a lot like Robert Downey Jr. to me.
But again, a lot of that is self-inflicted. That was before cancel culture. Now,
Even with cancel culture, it doesn't matter. You have to understand the vocal minority that goes out there and get rid of this person, that person, and this and that and whatever. You have like people that want to do that. They're fine. That's the vocal minority. The majority of people don't really care because it doesn't affect them personally. I don't care what Johnny Depp does. If he puts on that damn hat and talks funny and drinks rum, I'm going to go watch another Pirates movie. I don't care what he did. Don't matter to me because he didn't do it to me. It's like unless he went out there and beat this woman in the middle of the street in front of a bunch of people,
which he did not do.
right? Unless he does that and continually does that,
Right.
One, she's dumb for staying in the relationship. Two, yes, that's a dick move. But whatever they did behind closed doors, whatever back and forth, said this, said that, whatever, I don't care. Put your hat on, drink the rum. Simple as that.
Put your hat on to drink the rum. Why is the rum gone? But why is the rum gone?
See, and you essentially illustrated my point. It's like who can like deliver lines as clever as like that with the rum
Why
and shit.
is the
Like,
rum gone?
Dude, I bought a
like-
jar of dirt because of that man.
I got a jar.
That's what I'm saying. I refuse.
I have the
My
jar.
thing, I refuse to say, "Oh, I'm going to cancel Johnny Depp because of whatever." I don't care. Johnny Depp, unless
Like, he
you
was-
call my mother a B, Johnny Depp and whatever he can do, whatever he's going to do, entertain me. That's what you're here for. But unless you do something that's like harsh to my own personal family or my direct friends, I don't care. Do your job as an
Right.
actor. I will do my job as a patron and watch. Speaking of patron,
right.
you guys can support Culture Junkies on Patreon.
Indeed.
Yeah, support, please. 'Cause we
Yeah.
like you guys and we like doing this stuff.
All right. 5 minutes to
some
5 minutes till we'll
support.
sign off. Cameras up. Let's get ready to end the show. So, we have had a great time talking about all these awesome topics, but we are drawing to the close right now. So make sure that you come back next week, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, for the next episode of Culture Junkies Live. Next week, we're going to be talking about wacky 80s cartoons that we remember and we kind of finally miss, like Turbo Teen or Rubik the Magic Cube or Kissy Fur for some people, you know,
You're on your own. You're on your own with
or
Kissy Fur.
the Shirt Tails, or
You're on your own with
yeah,
that one, too.
yeah,
Oh my
man.
God.
I mean, there was a lot of them.
I understand you're younger than I am, but you had some weird stuff you watched, buddy.
Okay.
Everybody dabbled in a little bit of something.
No,
that
I
they
do.
not too proud of.
Hell, no.
If everyone wants a good laugh,
Uh-oh.
You got stuck in the Matrix.
Got stuck
and
in the
then
Matrix.
come back to me when you want to say you watched some weird shit back then.
All right, hold on. Say it again because you got stuck in the Matrix.
Oh, he
Say it
got stuck in
again.
the Matrix again. Oh, he can't get it out.
Yeah,
Damn it.
What were you gonna say, Gypsy? Because we missed all of it. You was like,
Oh,
if you want to
man.
get loud, yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
It just called back up over here. I don't know what the hell that was, but Google Computer Warriors. It was from
Computer
the very
Warriors?
early '90s. Oh, it was
Computer
it's still the
Warriors.
funniest thing I think I've ever seen because of the dialogue.
All right.
Computer
Oh, my
Warriors. Okay.
Terrible movie from the early '90s. Well, it probably was '80s because I got that right around when I got Super Ted. I watched some pretty weird stuff.
Super Ted?
It was a teddy bear that was a superhero.
No,
It came-
no, don't even say it. No, don't even say it. Don't even say
It just, I just looked it up. It just skimmed out of the 80s. It was 1990.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
wow, this was actually a thing.
Yeah.
I didn't-
So we
yeah.
got a lot of wacky 80s cartoons that we're going to bring up. So hit the research. Make sure you go over to our Instagram channel, instagram.com/Culture Junkies. Super Nerd Plus is always good for his mantra that Saturday morning is pretty much every day is Saturday morning for him. So he's always in Saturday morning cartoon mode. So you should definitely go over there and check us out over there. But also, as GQ alluded to, we would love for you to support us if you actually are so inclined. Patreon.com/Culture Junkies. And also, we have leveled up on Facebook, so we are part of the Level Up program. So if you would love to donate some stars to us while we're on the show, I don't know, we'd have to put something together to do something special for people that donate stars for us. I don't know what that would be. But, maybe when we start playing games live, you donate stars and you get to come in or something like that. Almost like dropping a quarter in the arcade. You know what I mean? That might even.
We will figure it out. We will figure it out.
Definitely figure it out. Anyway, guys, great show. Want to invite you all back next week, Wednesday, 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central for another great episode of Culture Junkies Live. For my friends GQ, for the great Dadakuji, for Gypsy X, thank you for coming to join us. And Fallen Marvel, I will see you guys later.
All right. Real quick. Shout out to everybody in the EJOBN watch party, specifically Mr. Marwan Williams and Kayava Daniels. Thank you guys very much. Be sure to go ahead and click on. I hope I don't. That's why I almost just called a K Davis because I didn't want to mess it up. But either way it goes, thanks guys. Make sure you drop over on that page and tickle that notification button and support us.
And last but not least, all of our friends over at Omelet Arcade watching us. Thanks to Preem for also giving us for lending us his channel as well. We love you guys and thank you for the support. Appreciate you. Have a great weekend, everyone. See you later.
Good night.